You are listening to selfdiscoverymedia.com, where illumination and inspiration is but a click away. With so many genre topics for you on everything that you need to know in life. We celebrate and share the people who have taken the journey before you and who are now here to serve you with their wisdom and their knowledge. The next show coming up is... Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Sara's View of Life right here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. I am Sara Roy. Preparation. How much preparation do we give our lives? I'm a person where I see something, I see the vision, I see the blueprint, and then I want to get into action. I'm not actually the blueprint designer. I share the vision. And I share the vision, and then that vision is what other people build. I'm not the builder. But then how do I invite the builders to see the vision, to draw the blueprint, and to build it? So preparation in our lives is very, very much necessary. Are you prepared to lay down the roots, to lay down the grounds, lay down the foundation, and have the building blocks to build whatever it is you're wanting to build in life? Have you got a plan in place? Now, understand, a plan is a plan. It's something that you follow. And if you have to change that plan or redirect along the line, then you will accordingly. But preparation is something that's needed. As I said, I'm a build it, field of dreams, build it and they will come. And I have built here Self-Discovery Media, and it's all its wonderful shows, and it's a production, and it is in play, but it wants to expand. So how do I prepare for that? Well, how do you prepare for building on something? First and foremost, let us look at the roots. See, the roots are in the core intent. What do you want this to mean? You don't dictate of what it's going to be, but what do you want it to mean? Where's your why to do with it? So those roots, those seeds that you plant very deeply into the ground must be able to grow. The foundation that you build must be strong enough and deeply rooted enough to be able to weather any storm. The building that you build on that, has it got the ability to branch out, to serve all the possibilities that can be there? I refer to myself as a willow tree, deeply rooted, a good solid trunk, which has come through the age of experience. And I have branched out a great deal in my life. And all of those branches that flow beautifully in the wind, taking me wherever I need to go, are experiences, are avenues that I've pursued, are things that I've branched out on. But I have taken that road by just allowing and going and doing in the now, because I'm a now person. But I also know the preparation in order to expand and prepare for that and invite other people to be a part of it is where my next step is going to be. I have somebody who's going to be helping me with that. But what are you preparing for in your life? You could be young and you're preparing to leave school or go to college or leave college and find a career. Maybe you're preparing to find love, or you have love and you're preparing for the next step. Maybe you're preparing to buy a house, preparing to make that leap into another country, preparing. But why do we look at preparing as something that's a pain in the butt, or that we give minimal amount of thought and time to? Now, I'm not one of these people that makes notes and ticks things off. Actually, there's sometimes I really do have to do that, and then I forget to read the notes. But it is very beneficial when you do that, because as you have a thought, write it down. You know what I do now in the old cell phone is I put it in notes there. A thought, a statement or something, I put it in there and I can go back and revisit. Okay, yes, that's what I need to do. That's where I'd like to go. That is what is what. So we do need to take those notes along the line, and are they relevant to that next step that you need to take? Preparation is something that will give you those good roots and good grounding. You want to take flight. You know, Evil Knievel, when he took his jumps, did he just do it out of the wingback? A hell of a lot of instincts in there, an awful lot of gut knowledge, but a hell of a lot of preparation had to go into that. You know, if he accelerated at this, how far could it take him? How those cars that he's jumping over, how many can there be? You know, is there ambulance there? What if something goes wrong? I mean, all the little things that he had to tick off in order to do it. But when it came to the act, the preparation then became secondary. The preparation had been done. Everything that he could possibly think of has been done. So then he went into the gut, into the instincts, into that knowingness. And when he did it, with the preparation deep in the roots and the foundation, he could spread himself in knowingness instinctually and be able to do the act that he's doing. So we can still be free spirits. We can still go with the flow. We can still trust our gut in the now, but we can prepare it so that it is going to be more successful and more solid. What are some of the ways that you can prepare? Yes, take notes, whether it's on your phone, your computer, or whether you're writing it down. Write out a whole load of things that you think you might need. Write out a whole load of things that you really do want. Then have another column of, do I really need this? And when you're looking at it, do I really need this? And if in doubt, explore. Whatever field it is that you're preparing for, ask the questions. Is this necessary? Do I need this? If I do, how important is it? Where does it go on the scale of importance? And then have an importance list from bottom to top of most important. Things that you absolutely do need, it is essential to have. Then you can look in the want. You know, the want is in the style that you way you want to do it, or what you want to achieve in doing this. And then you look at the wants with the needs, and are they compatible? Are they something that will complement each other? And you create that list of the wants and how they merge along with those needs, those essentials. And then you look at in your presentation of the outcome, the what ifs. Actually, do the what ifs before the outcome. And the what if this happens, the scenarios. And you have to do the scenarios because what if this goes wrong? Or what if that goes right? What if this person does this person does that? There are many, many people who have been an overnight success only to fail because they were not prepared for success. They were not prepared for the demand. They were not prepared for people wanting that. So is it something they were manufacturing? Can the manufacturer keep up? Can the manufacturer deliver when they need it to be? Do they have a proper sales team that can take the sales and promise the delivery? And there's so much there that you need to do. If you are a coach, can you actually take on the onslaught of people that want your services? Is there something that you can offer that brings people together as a group as an introduction? And then from that, the people that are really earnest and want to go further filter out and then will then take the other programs with you, and you can do it at that sturdy pace. So it's not throw your hands up in the air, oh God, there's too many. Well, how can you serve the masses? From the masses, it will bring down to the earnest. And from the earnest, then you can really pace yourself in your delivery. So that's part of the preparation, isn't it? Preparing for success. The other preparation is preparing to announce yourself, to launch yourself, to get yourself out there. What mediums are best? In what way do you present on those mediums? How much interaction are you going to do? How much delegation are you going to do in getting whatever it is you're about to do out there? You know, of course, we know in the movies they spend millions on promos and advertising because they're going to make multiple millions back on a movie, so they hope. So they put a great deal of money out on there. But if you are a person that is a solopreneur or a small entrepreneur, and you have written a book or you've got a program or you're doing something that you want to present, then you've got to have your little mini snippets like headliners, an audio, a video that you can post out there, the introduction of what people will get out of it. And then it would be a platform where they can come back and they can see very concisely the ABCs of it. And it's always good to offer something that people can do as an introduction before diving in. And always speak from the heart. right? Don't speak from the money. What do I mean by that? Don't speak from, oh, if I get this amount of people, there's the dollars. Sign up now, sign up now, sign up now, mass dollars, because that will dwindle your service down. Look at pricing, whatever it is that you're doing, where it is really compatible with what people can be afford paying for it, and that really is something that is covering your time and expenses. Have one or two tiers to it. An introductory tier at so much, a second tier at advancement, third tier. And that way, people who come in and don't go any further don't feel, oh, I've paid all this money and I should do it, but I don't really want to. Again, you end up with the earnest people who are willing to do it. But it also allows it to break up so it's more affordable to people. But you also know that in tier 2 and 3, you're going to be adding more comprehensive because people are really serious about signing up and doing it. So that preparation of intro onslaught of people, next level people, it gives you a way of presenting it in a way that you can manage successfully without feeling overwhelmed and without either charging too much that puts people off or charging too little. So by breaking it up into the affordability is feasible for other people, but it also then covers the big costs that you want to charge, but you've broken it up, and so therefore it doesn't look like you're gouging people. So that's a preparation you can do in presentation of something. It's the same with any product or service that you're doing. Is the presentation is inviting people in. What are you giving away for free? Unfortunately, we've got this society that feels they should have everything for free, and maybe the free is the headliner of tidbits of knowledge. Maybe it is, I'm sharing this wisdom free with you today. You want more of it? Come back and listen, or come back and inquire, or come back and take the journey and see where it goes. If you have a book you're promoting, then an excerpt from the book read by you on a headliner of 1 or 2 minutes, and then come and see where the journey goes, and then give them a link to order the book. It's always about those teasers, those moments that don't take too long, but they get people hooked, and you need to prepare for that. Do a series of headliners of different expert excerpts from the book. Nothing that gives away the plot, but is enough to hook people into the plot, and always with the links that they can go directly to, and always have a link that they can come directly to you, because they may want to interview you and they don't need to be chasing you around. Preparation, right? So it doesn't matter what we're doing in life, there's always the prep work that needs to be done. When you're creating a dinner, you don't just take everything out of the grocery bag and throw it all in one pot. You prepare, you clean, you cut, you salt, you do. And then the meal is a wonderful feast of all the preparation that you have done, right? So preparing for things is essential. If you are a very creative person and you see things in their finished product, like me, all the possibilities, all the things it can do, then you have to work backwards. Okay, this is who it can serve. This is how big the branches can go. What kind of tree trunk, what kind of rooting do I need in order to hold all those branches? What branches need to come first that are really solid and strong? And then what branches could be in line to come next, depending on the inquiry or the popularity. So it's okay to be creative and have all those possibilities, but then go back to the drawing board of what comes first, what are the essentials, what's needed, then what's wanted. And then, don't ever forget your why or your who. Who are you doing this for? What's your why? Why are you doing it? What do you want to get out of this? What do you want others to get out of this? And if you are saying all along the line, the dollar sign, the dollar sign, the dollar sign, then you're not a person doing it of earnest, of a good intent. You're just looking to make money. And I suggest you go and do something else. But if you're looking to maximize people wanting whatever it is you're selling, people really needing this product or service in their lives because it relates to them, because you've made it relatable. Again, don't go out to gouge, go out to tier the financing to get the earnest ones in, to also, if you have people signing up a certain amount free,
This happen mass signing up at a cheaper amount, and they get this, and then if they want to take the next steps, it goes up accordingly. So this attitude of, oh, I've got to make a hell of a lot of money. I mean, I know that there are coaches out there that charge $100,000 for their coaching. Oh, it's, worth it. I'm this and that. How many people have $100,000 disposable? So that means it's only the rich people that can do that. And they already have got the money to allow them to do things. So it's, yes, do they need help in certain areas of their life? Absolutely. But what tier are you out of bracket for most people? Then you need to let people know right up front. I only cater to the rich. Be honest, because you'll have somebody that's so inspired by you and they want to reach out, and now they're desperately embarrassed because, oh my God, I can't afford that. Have to mortgage my home, or I don't have a home to mortgage. And that makes them feel small. So be very, very concise on who your clientele is so that other people may be inspired by your words, but know that you can't serve them. So preparation in everything we do in our lives. I've just done a show on elderly care. We're all getting older. There are, I can't remember how many she said, 100 million boomers, baby boomers in North America. And there's never ever in this time in life that there has been so many people of age being alive and being productive. But it also is a time where, things start going wrong with the vehicle, and we have to prepare for it. And we have to prepare for a time when we can no longer care for ourselves. We can no longer be productive in our lives. And that preparation is essential. It's essential for your own well-beingness. It's essential for your peace of mind, your peace of body, your peace of heart down the road. But it's also essential for your family members to know that you're all right, and that there's not suddenly going to be a burden on them, or they're going to be feeling guilty or stressed about having to look after you. So what preparations can you make? What can you afford? If you're going to go into a retirement home, what happens if you get sick and they have to send you on somewhere else? How much is it going to cost? What do they give you? If it's going to be a nursing home down the road, and we know that the nursing home system needs to change and only will change from your demands, um, you have every right to know every nook and cranny of what is going on there, and look for a place that has stepped up into the accountability, and do your research.
Preparation is research. Preparation is inquiry. Preparation is asking around. If you know people that have placed people, ask the family members. Go and ask the person how they're enjoying the experience. If you got some ideas of what you would like to do, going into a nursing home is extremely expensive. How about pooling that money, buying a house with your good long life friends,
and hiring someone to come and look after you, cook, clean, or if it gets to the point where you're needing physical attention, that somebody comes in. And that way it is so much more affordable. You're with people that you care about. You're still in a home that family can visit. And it's that peace of mind for everyone. A little bit of the Golden Girls there, right? And you can have some fun with it. But you also know that that care is there. There are also people and architects that are building communities that aren't just for the elderly. Excuse me.
communities that are for all generations. So the people that are retired can help look after the kids that come home at the end of school while parents are still working. Other people can go and do shopping for people that are elderly, that maybe physicality is hard to get out. You have a communal area where you all come together, potluck every week, and share one another, learn from each other's experience, sharing the stories of your life, inspiring the young, supporting the young while they support you. Community. It takes a village to raise a child. It would take a community to support an elderly. And with the elderly, with the mature, don't write them off and think, oh, you're 50, you're 60, you're over the hill. No, we're not. I'm turning 65. I've still got a long way to go. I'll probably work to the day I die, God willing. Um, I know I will have physical challenges along the way, and I will have to prepare for those. Now, preparing doesn't mean doomsday. You're preparing for the worst case scenario. And if that doesn't happen, that's fine, because You've prepared for it. It's peace of mind. And you want to be proactive in what you're preparing for yourself. Otherwise, it falls on other family members to make that choice for you when you no longer can, and you may not like that choice. So do prepare for your own old age and what you can do. And research what can be out there for you, because it's different elsewhere. In every country, they have a different type of plan. But we also know that there isn't much money for people on low income, and they may not have family members to go, and they end up in places that are pretty horrible. So how about we fight for them on their behalf to make sure that the standards of those places rise up and treat these people with dignity and respect. Change only happens when we demand it. Change only happens when we see what solutions can be put in place. Change only happens when we create it. So, whatever we're preparing for in life, make sure you do your research. Make sure you ask the right questions. Make sure you look at the needs and the essentials and the wants and the desires. And who is it for? What is your why? What do you want to get out of it? What service do you want to present that will benefit other people? And when you've got all of that in place, and it's just ready now for the ignition, right? Putting in that plug, ready to launch. 10, 9, 8, and off you go. And you can feel so much more secure about what you're doing because you've prepared for it. You've prepared for things that may happen. You've prepared for things that will happen. You've prepared for success. You've even prepared for the failure. And in being prepared for all of that means that you'll know how to handle it when it comes. You know what to do because you've put those scenarios in place. And if it's not exactly the same, it's close enough to know, okay, how about we try this? And then you're willing to be proactive of it. You don't throw your hands up in the air and go, oh no, it didn't work. It's okay, it didn't work in the way you prepared for, but you've prepared enough that all you need to do is just shift to the left or shift to the right, and it will ignite. So, preparation, not my biggest thing in life. But I was a mother of three, and I had to prepare for them. Their lunches, their breakfasts, their dinners, their schooling, their clothing, the tools that they needed, the support and help that they needed. I had to prepare for all of that, as at the same time also wing it, be in the now. So preparation meets knowingness, right? All the tools and all the knowingness that the mind has, the systems, the programs, the the tools and the skills that you need. Now you step into knowingness and you'll know when to use those tools and skills, when you need to use them. So preparation is not the manual. I've got to do things by numbers because I've prepared for it this way. It's preparing for you to take that leap, but that leap you must take in faith, in sync with your knowledge and with your inner wisdom, in sync with your reason of why. And then all that preparation is that foundation that will support that leap of faith, that leap into being. So, whatever you're doing right now, whatever crossroads you're at right now, whatever venture you wish to take, prepare, ask the right questions. Why am I doing this is a very important one. What do I hope to gain out of it? Hugely important one. Who does it serve? An enormous one. And then how am I going to do this? Where am I going to do this? What am I going to do? And whom am I going to do it with? All very, very important questions. So don't be afraid of preparation. Don't be afraid of all those little nuts and bolts and things that you have to put together. Because once you have them there, they're that good, strong foundation from you to spring on. And then you can step into that knowingness and you can step into that exuberance and into that belief and those leaps of faith. You can do all of that because you've prepared. So, whatever you're doing in life, I wish you preparation. I wish you the right tools, skills, and knowledge. And remember, if you don't have it, 2400 shows here. There's somebody out there that can offer you what you're looking for. How do you prepare for social media? How do you prepare for building a business? How do you prepare in being a coach? How do you prepare in following your dream? They've done it, they've been it, they're doing it. So take a listen, learn, reach out to them, and prepare. And then when you're ready, you'll take that leap. Don't get to the point where it's got to be so much preparation and now you're too scared to do anything about it. That preparation is allowing you to launch, to propel forward, to doing. Everything is preparing you to doing in your beingness, in your doingness, in your service. So don't be afraid of preparation, but just learn, research, listen, ask the right questions, and prepare for whatever you're doing in life, from school to relationships to jobs to preparing for your old age. Prepare. And then your life will be a lot smoother. I promise you. I was not one to prepare. Literally went by the seat of my pants. And some aspects worked brilliantly for me, and other aspects I would have been so much better if I had some preparation on my foundation. So I'm preparing now. And in that preparation, I hope to expand and take that leap even further because the preparation's in place. So, not a dirty word, good action that can help you succeed in life. Until next time, folks, bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show and were inspired. Come and visit us at selfdiscoverymedia.com and see what other shows we have for you. And please do visit our selfdiscoverycommunity.org and see how you can be a part of giving back. Thank you very much.